Hello and happy Tuesday, everybody. Okay, so there's a few videos that I think I'm gonna do today. I'm not sure. We'll just see how we get, how much we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I am wanting to show you some things that I've sewn. I haven't sewn. We have a quilters. It's called the Quilters Market. We have a quilt shop. It's called the Quilters Market. We used to, when we were able to, go, they had a block of the month every month, and so somebody, the owner would design a block, and you would get 2 small swatches of fabric to put in the block, and then you could add your own. So we did that for quite a while. 3 years, I think. 3 years, and then we were gonna do it. We were gonna take a break, and then the break became an indefinite break. So I'm gonna show you some things, some blocks from that I've made. I haven't turned them into anything other than the blocks. And then I'll tell you about what I was thinking about turning them into. Not all of them are blocks. Some of them are just pieces that are sewn together. And at the time I had something in mind. I now don't have a clue what I had in mind. Sometimes I like to package stuff in plastic bags and write like who the material is. I don't do this with yarn. Well, no, I don't do this with yarn. So I like to package it, write who it's for, or who I bought the material for. Just a minute. Okay. So I would put it in a plastic bag, put who the fabric was for and what it was for, what I was making it for. Or I have specific, these little boxes. I have bigger ones too. I have just one of this size, and then I have this size, and then I have the bigger size. I have 2 of the bigger size. One's green, one's pink. All of my other ones, I don't think any of my other ones are colored. I think the rest of them are clear. I just have a green one and a pink one. The pink one sits on my bed. It has crochet stuff in it. The green one has cotton. The has, I think, all the cotton's in there now, but it wasn't. It was split, but it only has cotton in it, cotton yarn. So I'm going to show you some squares or shapes that I've sewn together. Some of them, like I said, some of them were blocks from the block of the month. Some of them, and the block of the month was usually a theme. So she had a theme for the year, and it lasted all year long. And then at the end of the year, they would give you binding instructions, and then you were to put it together. If you wanted, you could put it together as a blanket, and then display a quilt and display it at the store. I never put it together as a quilt. I have made pot holders out of them. I've made a mug rug out of one of them that I have. I don't use it as a mug rug though. I have a medi set, a pill case that I have sitting on top of it, but I don't use it as a mug rug right now, and I probably should. Just saying. So here's one of them. It's got yellows, and this is kind of a reddish pinkish marbled and then green, and a kind of velour, not velour, a flowery, I don't know what I had plans for that, or what plans I had for that. I have this piece, not sure what plans I had for it. And this piece, and I'm sure that these probably, no, are they? No. I was gonna say I'm sure that these pieces could fit together, but they can't. These, whoops, these smaller bits. This one I just took a bunch of scraps and sewed them together. This one was used for a bag. I think I showed the bag. Excuse me. My nose wants to have a fit. I think I showed the bag, but I'm not sure. Actually, maybe I didn't. Maybe I just pulled the quilt that's in the bag out of the bag and didn't show the bag. But this was part of a bag that I cut apart, or that I cut. And then there's another. Or maybe no, I don't think I cut it. No. When I made the bag, I intended to make a turtle table runner, and I was gonna put it across my dresser, and then I decided not to do that. So here's another star one. It's got corals and yellows and blues. And reds and pinks and blues and purples. That one I started sewing on the edges, but this is corals and greens and pinks and purples. And I probably don't have any more of that pink, or I can't find it. So this project is 20 years in the making, and I've not taken the time, honestly, to find the perfect match for the backing. Now, you kind of can't see it. It says Mindy's Dairy Farm. And there's Jack and Jill in the corners. I fussy cut these, and then the cows. And these were just scraps. These squares, and then these were just scraps. They weren't any significant size, and I just fussy cut them the way that I wanted them. But that's for one of my high school friends as as graduation gift, and I graduated 23 years ago. So for those of you who have works in progress that are more than 23 years old, you're not alone. Okay, so now I apparently don't have, okay, I don't have the patterns in this box. I have them somewhere else. So, but this is one of the blocks, and I don't remember the theme, and I can't even tell you. I think these two were what we got in our little packs, So there's that one. This was a black and white theme of the year. So these two are what we got in the packs, and the rest we added. I added. Again, this and this is what we got in the pack. And one was one square was like a 6 by 6 inch square, and the other one was like a 6 by 12 inch or something like that. I think is what the squares were. So here's one. And these are the same colors as the previous one. The pinkish coral and the orange are in the other one. Same colors that were in the other one. And some of these are smaller than 12 inch. They're supposed to be 12 inch. So Mom and I did this together. She would do her blocks, and maybe I will show them at some point in time if I can dig them out of the jungle that is the bedroom. And yes, I realize what that looks like. I probably didn't really realize it or even really think about it when I was making it. And sometimes you don't realize what you're making or what it looks like until you see it on camera, or you don't see the mistakes. That was the end of that year's block of the month. Sometimes you don't see the mistakes until you look at it through the lens of the camera, or until after you take a picture. Sometimes you don't necessarily see patterns until you look at the picture. So that one that I said, I don't even know that I noticed. I probably didn't even notice really until today. Okay, so then the year before, that one, I think it was the year before. So this is the next set of blocks, and they gave us patterns for a 6-inch block and a 12-inch block. So here's my 6-inch block. And there's my 12-inch block. Now, this one wasn't with their fabric. I think I just threw stuff together because I wanted to do like a quilt as you go. So here's my block. And it's already, the sunshines are on the back, so it's already quilted. Okay. I'm not sure the colors, but I think this was the color and this was the color that we got. Whoops. I want to say maybe these two, the purple and the green in the middle, was the ones that we got, but I'm not sure. Or maybe this color and one of the other colors. You had to use both, a little bit of both in each block. So here was my 6-inch, and you didn't necessarily have to, I don't think you had to do a 6-inch, but you did have to do the 12-inch, and then you were put into a drawing. So here's this 6-inch. Here's the 12-inch, and it was this color and this color that we got, I'm pretty sure. There's the 12-inch. And this one, oh, I'm not sure which colors that we got. And I think this was this purple and this purple that we got in our packs. Okay, this one has backing on it already. This is just an extra one that I did. I got the fabric, initially when I got this fabric, I got it to make a diaper bag. And then, I don't remember that I made the diaper bag out of this fabric. I don't think I did. Because I got thicker, better fabric. I think I found it at a thrift store. I think it was like in one of those bags that's just stuffed with fabric. It was a zebra print and a leopard print, or whatever print that is, for a diaper bag. For my friend in Nebraska. So, there's that one. And I think it was the blues. I think it may have been these blues, but I'm not sure. I think the colors for this one was this color and this color, or this color and this color. This color for sure. And this has, now I absolutely love this fabric, and I couldn't find any more of it. I think I found it at Joann's originally, and of course by the time that I wanted more fabric, they didn't have any. But it's got gold, like gold lines in it. I really like that. Okay. And I think this is the end for this year, this round of fabric. So here's another year, and this was all batiks. So it was this one, and this one was the colors that we got. And I think these are batiks and stars. So now this is another one that I liked, and I can't remember. It wasn't the same as this, but it again has the gold in it. And I think this and this was the colors. This one. this one. And this was an extra one that I made. Oh, it looks like a spool in the middle of it. I didn't know that. Okay. So this is supposed to be a fish. I don't know if I made these ones or if they were in a bag that I got at a garage sale or something, because they're all alike. So then these ones are totally different. These are not the fabric of the month or the block of the month, but I decided to do Chinese lanterns. And so here's my purple Chinese lantern. And here's my blue Chinese lantern. And my green. And my yellow. My orange. And my red. So I'll tell you what I was thinking about doing recently. I was thinking about making those into project bags, at least one side of the project bag for a quilted side of the project bag, and then the rest of it just plain. If anybody's interested in a project bag, they would probably be $25 shipped. Probably somewhere around 15, probably 25 shipped. I have the cam snaps, and I can use those. I could do a zipper, you know, however you want it. If you would like one, if you're interested in one of those, because I'm just going to be making it out of those. Now the little 6-inch ones, no, but the bigger ones, yes. And so I will probably put a border on it, and then a big enough border on it to have boxy bottoms. They will probably end up being, I don't know, probably about this size, which is about the size of a paper with a 2-inch bottom. Now this one doesn't have any pockets in. This one I made for a child, and never did give it to the child, and I didn't finish the crayon roll for it either. But it would come with a whatever the other fabric that I used. It probably wouldn't be any of it that's already in there. It would be another color that would go with it, and then there would also probably, I would, with that, if it's just the bag, it would be 25 shipped. If it's the bag and a hook case, probably 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 about 40 or 45 shipped for the bag and the hook case. I showed you the one, just looking in my closet. I showed you the Bronco. I don't know if I showed you the Bronco one. I think I did. No, I didn't. There's pictures of the Bronco one over on Granny D's Facebook page, though. So, I did make a Bronco one for my son's pencils. Just a minute. Okay, so here's the Bronco one, and I have these snaps. And so it just has a thing that goes around there. Now these would have to, of course, have to be bigger for some hooks, depending on what size of hooks you have. And I would make them, I would probably, because I can't get all of my hooks that I have, I can't get them all in here. Not my big hooks. So I would make the, I would make the slots bigger. But this is his pencil case. He had his markers in here. And it's dirty. It was a boy's. So, like I said, I could do that. Probably about 40 for the bag and the case. 40 shipped for the bag and the case. So, yeah. So that's all I have for right now, and I will do another video later after this one uploads and I can delete it off of my phone. But, like I said, if you want one, they're not started, just the design, just the quilted part is done. So it would be a little bit. If you want one, let me know which one. And I will get back to you. So, I guess that's all for right now, and I hope you guys have a happy rest of your day, and happy yarning. Bye!